thing another go. Now, if you happen to be awake and still Australian, we're going to try a new clickbait option. We're going to try making sure that there are always interesting photos or interesting things in the stream, and we'll see what that does. At the moment, I'm hoping that an interesting cockatoo shot is going to be good enough to drag people in. Let's give Loki a bit of a scratchy poo. Seems that the strategy that we've been employing with Loki actually works quite well. In case you haven't known, she's gone to the vet and we asked her a whole heap of questions about how to help Loki keep healthy and stuff. Got a whole stack of answers, and one of them is bedtime. So after I've done a little bit of preening with this little bird, and I'll give Max a bit of a scratch too, but once we're done with them, we are going to turn the lights off and head over to the opals. So what I'm trying to say is basically this ain't going to take too long. Oh, there's a pin feather, yoik. Pin feather, yoik. Yeah, I'll get yours done too, don't you worry. Seems like I've been a bit neglectful of the old pin feathers. It's an awfully big trusting thing to have a bird let you go and attack the pin feathers, because this is something that could really hurt the bird. Indeed, I've actually hurt the birds. Max, I've only just managed to get a clot out of his feathers that I caused, because I'm that kind of guy. No, I wasn't actually being mean. It's just I absent-mindedly was picking at his feathers and accidentally got a blood feather. And a blood feather is one that's still pink. They are usually the colour of, well, feather. They're usually feather colour. If they're pink and the bird's not pink, then you're in trouble. So welcome everybody, one and all, to the stream. Birds first, then I'm turning the lights out because they need to go to bed. And that is a thing to make sure that they are sensible. Been to the vet said that these things were overeating. So I'm stopping with the overeating, making sure they've got a very calorie controlled diet now. Sad things. They've been cranky with me all week since the vet trip. But that's okay. Oh, thank you for the like. Much appreciated. So giving her a bit of a scratch. I've also given them a bit of a treat to make them feel a bit loved. I've been giving them natural forage, which the vets have been appreciating, and they're going, that's a really good idea. Don't even have to worry about something to do with their intake, because I'm giving them natural forage, and natural forage is stuff like pick it up off the ground. Yep. This stuff here. There you go, you can have that. It's a bit old. That one's about a day old. Yeah, but has a secondary benefit of actually masking the crap on the ground as well. That's not true. That's impossible yet, Fither. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. No, no, no. How did I do? Did I get the part? Yeah. Or maybe you're just saying I'm the father of the bird. I don't know. Right, that's her done. Normally we'd let Max have a bit of a fly around. I'll let him have a fly in the morning. This is Loki, by the way, not Max. This is Max. Oh, you're chomping at the bit, aren't you? Yeah? You want to have a bit of a fliesies, do you? Scratchy patch. Oh, why, thank you for the like. Is that you, Phil? What is it? Your fitter. There you go. There you are, there you are. Let's get this pin feather. Let's see this pin feather on you. Now, I'll check my analytics later on, but I mentioned the live stream was happening tonight, and I did a little song. That was that In the Jungle song. So, there you go. Scratchy patch, scratchy patch, scratchy patch, scratch, scratch, scratchy patch, scratchy patch, scratchy patch, patch, patch. Eee. All right, I'll tell you what we're doing today, well, tonight. We'll probably have a slightly shorter stream than normal, and that's okay. I will be doing some opals. I found another pink opal. I don't know that my daughter realises I'm streaming. I'll go outside soon enough. I've got to turn the lights out because these poor little birdies need to have their beauty sleep. Beauty sleep required for my birdies. Yeah, I know. Sorry about the singing. Somebody left from the singing. That's all right. Oh, there goes another one. But yeah, once I've done that. Oh, sorry, Max. That's what we call stink eye. If I'm not careful, I'll get bitten because I've accidentally done another pin feather. There's something to keep you amused, watching me getting bitten by a cranky cockatoo, which is not very fun, but it'll be great fun for you. Anything for the views, anything for the likes and subscribes. Isn't that amazing? Having a sign, we'll get attacked by a rabid cockatoo for food. No, I'm okay. I'm not big enough to actually get anything. I'm just doing this for the fun for the time being. And if I get, I think it's 3,000 hours in a calendar year, would you believe? 3,000 hours. If you get 3,000 hours, they'll start to give you a few crumbs from the YouTube table. At the moment, we got nothing. I don't know how many people create content and never actually end up being monetized, but actually keep YouTube going. Interesting question. Not one that I will be answering tonight, but I will be trying to keep cutesy photos up and running so that people will continue to look in and see what's going on. And ignore your feather. I'm pretty certain he's not my father, unless, of course, he is. But my father's currently in hospital with cancer, so I'm not entirely certain that he's telling the truth, this guy. It could be my dad. How's the cancer going, mate? Doesn't seem to be responding on that. Oh, well. Whoa, there he goes. Everyone left, Max. Is that why? All right, we'll go do some opals. You've got to be quick around this house. Right, to the lights. Good night, birdies. Good night, Pony. Sorry about the frame rate now. It's because of the lights. Pony, Pony, Pony the pigeon. Long story short, Pony the pigeon was named because another pigeon was picked up off the side of the road by my daughter. We tried to get it back to health. Didn't work out. Died. This one was picked up by my girlfriend, and Emma, remembering the incident with the previous one, called it Pony. And that's a long story in its own right, but that's okay. All right. Welcome to my humble abode. What have we got here for you today? Thunderbirds? No, we don't. Thunderbirds are no. Opals I go. Let me have a look. Alright, I'll show you this one first, which is very interesting. There is no guarantee of success here, but we'll see what we can do. What I will be doing, however, is I'll be getting a few of the more pretty, attractive opals, and I'll be showing them regularly because it seems to get the views. Oh, someone else has liked my stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is actually pink opal. Now, that plopping sound you're hearing in the background, that's frogs. They're beautiful little critters, but, you know, I've told them to be quiet. They didn't understand my stage directions. Okay, I'm just going to quickly look through this opal for myself. Okay, yeah. Okay, up in the top left-hand corner, I'll try and get it working. There's just a little bit of shine. You're not going to be able to see it very easily. Let me just try here. Move this over to this side. No, we'll just try it like this. Alright, let's see if we can get it working here. Opal shine is very dependent on angle. Unless, of course, you're sitting in sunlight, in which case it's easier. Just trying to get it to work. We'll just move the light around. This one I'm working on because I think that there's a chance that you can get some pretty good colour from it from a very thin colour bar, but it's just not playing ball, so I'm not going to worry about it. I will work on it, but I'm not going to worry about trying to show you the colour. Here's another opal. That, believe it or not, that one's thin, but it's going to actually produce something good, so don't you worry about that. Let me have a quick look in here. These are all my other opals. These opals here, that one, believe it or not, should be able to produce something good, but you won't see that. Oh, saw something. Saw it clip before. Yeah, it's clipping on just on the edge there, which is good. Got these little guys over here in the corner, which I actually made one of my shorts from. So these guys here, let's move them over to here. Yep. So you can see some colour here. Now what I'll do is I'll just have a quick look around and see if I can spot the colours that I'm going to be working with tonight. I might have to move this over here like so. Move this over here like so. There we go. Perfect. Let me see, have we got some colour here? Yep, we've got some colour here. Dunk and show. So you can just see that green sitting there. It's a bit more iridescent than you're looking at. I'm just going to look on the other side to see if I can spot any colour on that side. Doesn't look any better, so might not. There might be a bit of colour there. That might not be a good choice. Have a look at this guy. There's a nice bit of green there. It's got a piece of sand in it. I don't have my torch with me, so it's a laser, not a torch anyway. There's just a sheen of blue on the top. You can sort of see that sheen of blue. That might be worth looking at. This guy has just started to show through here. Is that the same one? Surely not, because I can just see all sorts of colour here. We're going to start with this guy. You can see all that green sitting everywhere. That one should make a pretty good opal. This one here, let's face facts, it's pretty dismal because it's got all that stuff through it, but we'll give it a go. We'll see what we can make out of it. You can see there's a little bit of purple sitting on top. We might be able to turn that into something nice, but I don't have high hopes for it. At least it's pretty in the rough state. I think we're going to start with this guy because this guy's got success written all over him. This is an absolute cracker. If you don't believe me, let's just zoom in a bit on it. Can you see all that beautiful colour? That one should produce results. I think I'll start with that one. This one here might actually be a good one too. The moment I show it to you. Just looking through it. Okay, yes. Right, so it's mostly white on the top, but you can see just that little bit of blue on the top and the bottom. So we'll see what that actually produces. Should be interesting. It's got a nice little bit of colour just down the end. It's also got a crack. So, well, I reckon that this guy here is the other end to this guy. Let's see if they fit together. These two probably fit together. I think so, yeah. Let me see. How do you fit together though? Maybe like that. Yep, perfect. Like that. They once were fitting together. They are now not so fit together. So I'm just having a look and seeing where the colour is on this guy. Okay, so there's colour on the side here. Just there, you can't see it very easily. There's a little bit of layering. There might be some colour sitting on the top here. I probably won't be using that one immediately. Right. This one's here just for fun. I'll show it to you. This is the one I remember. No, it's not the right one. Either that or the night time is very different from the sun time. So I won't worry about that one. Not worrying about this one. This is a matrix opal. You're not going to see much until I bake it. These are all from Cooper Pedy, by the way. Yes, even the matrix. I'm assuming it's matrix, by the way. Now, grabbing a few others. Now, there's a few interest pieces that I'm going to be doing for my own amusement. And it's this guy here. Nice chunk of crystal. And we'll see what that does. Here's another nice chunk of crystal. We'll see what that one does. I may have to stop and fix the blade at some point because I noticed that the blade is elongating a bit, so I can fix that up. We've got this guy. Let's have a look what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with just a little bit of pink in there. I'm just going to put that one back because I don't think it's any good. This one here. not going to bother with that one either. This one here, yeah, there's just a little bit of pink showing through. So we'll probably give that one a bit of a belt, because it's also got some interesting stuff going on the top. These ones here, I always get interested with them because they've got opal and they've got sand on either side of them, so you never know what's going on. But have a look here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at all that colour. So this can go any which way. That's why I love them. So that one will go first with this one. So these are the two that I'm probably going to start with. Just checking to make sure that I've got my spanner here, just in case the whole works falls apart, so to speak. Should be here somewhere. If not, I will improvise. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have to improvise today. Where did I put it? That's annoying. Oh well. It's not the first time you've done this, Dr. Phil. They don't strip your degree from you just because you can't find a spanner, which is good. Okay, so I'll just keep going. There's also a packet here. What's in this packet? Just a few random opals are sitting in a packet. This is from Riley Gun, so that's going to be pretty cool as well. So I was hoping to fix up the station first, but because the spanner does not seem to be in existence, which it was just recently, I remember seeing it, and now it's not around. What's happened to the darn thing? Let's see. It's probably yet. No. I found a chunk of opal I've been missing for a while. That's good. That thing. I don't know if it's actually any good though. Well, it's good for me, but it's not probably good for you. Well, it's got a few little interesting colour facets going through it. We'll see what happens. If I'm getting desperate, we'll view it. I keep looking at these opals because I can keep working on this. This one is nice and coloured one, but it's got sand right through the middle. This one is another one which I think might end up turning out well. Well, we'll see. That one's a bit more risky. That one, no. That one, no. That one is another no. Okay. There we go. Grab these guys. These are just a few more. Oh, this one here. And these crystalline ones. Right, this one's going to be interesting for sure. Lovely blues sitting in there, and hopefully the blues will get a little bit brighter. But as you can see, there's a little bit of sand in them. There's always sand in opals, so don't be surprised when I say there's sand in them. Don't go, oh, where you get your supplies from. Well, I do literally pick opal that's usually rejected. Now if you have a look just in the corner here, you can see some colour. Can you see that colour just sitting there in the corner? So I'm hopeful that this colour, if you have a look on this side, you can see sometimes that colour actually pokes through again. I'm sorry. You can see it's poking through just a little bit. So there's also sand. So this could go any which way. These are the fun ones because you want to have something that's, you know, a bit interesting. Maintains interest. Not all of these opals are slam dunks. As a matter of fact, none of them are. So this one here has got a tiny little bit of colour underneath the cap there. Don't know what that colour is. Find out. This one here, it's just a monster. It's got colour everywhere. And we'll just clean it out and see what we can find. It may work, it may bomb, but it'll be fun no matter what. Okay, so I've given you a bit of a rundown on all the other opals, and I've got dozens more to go. I've got this guy here. And the other thing I'll be doing is I will be regularly showing some pretty opals the moment I see them and trying to shove them under the camera, because I think that that's what keeps people coming back. And if I keep doing that, eventually, hopefully... Oh, thanks for the likes. Whoever did that. Perfect. Plug this thing in now, because the light's on, but nobody's home. Now people are home. Let's activate the unnecessarily slow dripping mechanism. Grab some of my accoutrements. I'm out of tissue paper, so I've got to go quickly grab some more, because every now and then every now and then and trim those off, so make sure I've got some. Making sure that the spanner is this one here. No, the spanner ain't in that way. Oh well. I have some other materials that I can use if there's an issue. Actually, I found some tissues too, so we're all good. There we go. And round here, looking good. Let's do it. Hopefully that spanner will show up too. It'll show up at the least convenient time, no doubt. So, what will we do first? We'll do this one because I reckon this one's pretty slam dunky. Hopefully it is anyway. This one should produce some pretty nice opal straight off the bat. Oh, and this Dremel, secondary Dremel, is getting unplugged because I don't want the cable there. Right, there we go. Just one more check over here. No, not there. All right, moving on. Seeing some nice colour on the side here, always encouraging. Let's just take this back off so it's easily dropped once we've gotten most of the junk off it. There's nothing that's looking particularly double-sided about it, which means from one perspective bad, because you'd like to have a nice double-sided opal, but it really doesn't add that much value to the stone. And the other thing is, well, if you have double-sided, then you have to worry about which side is going to be the best. Don't have that conundrum if you don't have a double-sided stone. It's got dripped upon, so I will very quickly make an adjustment to make sure that I'm not dripped upon again. Haha, we'll try that now. Okay, here goes. We're about to enter into the realm of the colour. Hang around if you want to see some nice colour. Well, what did I tell you? Look at that, nice blues there. Now the cool thing is I can see that underneath there's even more colour, so let's give that one a shot. Straight away we're looking at some really nice blues. There's a pink which is probably going to resolve into red. What that means is that we've got the best of the opal here, because blue on red is what we always look for. Not only is it blue on red, but it's a kind of an aqua blue, which is, don't see that very often. Look at that, beautiful colour. Absolutely gorgeous. Loving it. Oh, thank you for the like, whoever that was. Okay, here we go. Time to just put a few securities in here. Right, let's see. Nearly. Still a little bit rough, but let's have a look at it. Beautiful. Look at that. Sparkly, sparkle, sparkle. Oh yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. This will be a nice stone when it's done. And sitting here, I would say 1.5 carats at the moment. So that's an easy 500 bucks for this guy. Probably more, because it is such a nice colour. Basically, if it's a good colour, you can ask your price. Okay, it's going to be a slightly freeform kind of shape, and I'm worried about this spot here, so I'm going to have to just give it a little bit of a roughing up over there, see if it's going to produce an issue, which does look like it's producing at the moment, but you never know. I think I'm getting rid of that issue. Just all I need to do is straighten out the triangle, basically. Good, issue gone. But I'm getting a bit nervous of doing much more with this thing. I'll just bring the sides in a bit. Make sure that they're more symmetrical than they currently are, because that makes all the difference when you're cutting a stone, when you're polishing it especially. Nice, geometrically perfect stone really helps. Also, you kind of want to have a nice back, because the last thing a jeweler wants is a stone that will crack the moment that they try to set it. So you try and do everything you can to accommodate them. Now I'm going to have to do a slight slice here, which will turn this thing into a small drop. Not happy with that, but you're better off cutting it when you can. Now I'll put this stone sitting almost exactly on 1 carat. So with that cut, it was never going to be a good stone with that defect in it, but I'm going to say, if we're lucky, $200 to $500 for this stone. It's very, very beautiful, quite exquisite. So exquisiteness always has a little bit of value to it. So there we go. That's our first stone of the evening. Our first stone of the evening, and not a bad one. So now for a little bit difference, let's give this stone here a bit of a burl. It is very crumbly, very sandy. Anything can happen with this guy. That's why we like him. There's lots of drama. Ooh, there it goes, some sand in my eye. As you can see, a lot of sand's coming off and it's getting thinner and thinner. This is always the issue with these stones. You don't know how much stone is literally underneath it, or it could well be nothing. But I think we've got a little bit, so let's see how much we can get out of it. How much can we extract? I think these are perfect gamble rough to sell, not to cut, but to sell. Because they might go well, but they might not. And so what you do is you're selling the gamble experience, I suppose. But I'm just cutting this one. I'm gambling with it myself, which is acceptable. You're allowed to do it. Fortunately, I overcut it on the underside, or what I was considering to be the underside. Have a look at that. Well, that gamble paid off. See that? Nice colour. Nice colour. Completely unexpected too. Not in that spot. Maybe in the side somewhere, but not there. Brilliant. I'm just going to give it a bit of a wash. What have we got now? Hopefully we'll be able to get some more of this face to show, but there is an awful lot of sand that we have to power through, so just got to be a bit patient with it. Nearly through all the sand. Just going to see what this side has to offer, I suppose. Looks like my luck is continuing. As Jason Genius woken up, because we've got more colour. Look at that. Here we go. Look at that nice colour there. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to cut this off at this point because I think it's a bit too thin over here. You might be able to do something with that other side, but probably not. Alright, what I'll do is I'll just cut this bit off here, tiny bit here. Looks like this one might have to be a drop as well because it's just a little bit thin on the bottom here. See how well we go. Right, so we'll have to just carve it here, I think. Don't want to, but have to. It's going to look nice, so doesn't matter, I suppose. Will we run out of opal before we run out of sand? Always an interesting question. I think we're right. It's going to, instead of a drop though, we're getting a marquee cut. That is also fine. Really fine. If you consider fine to be, you know, a size. My goodness, what a tiny little opal it is. Yeah, it's fine. That's alright. Oh, okay, there's a bit underneath there, so I know what I have to do. That's an earring. There we go. So good stone. Look at this. Look at the colour on the side. Like it just sometimes grins at you. It's a great stone. Just has got a lot of issues that you need to sort through before you get to great stone. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful little stone. Maybe $100. So not bad effort. Let's just quickly power through this one. We'll see what it produces. I'm not necessarily hopeful. We'll just go zoom, 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 zoom. What have we got? Zoom, zoom, zoom. What have we got? Zoom, zoom, zoom. What have we got? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Go the other side. Zoom, zoom, zoom. If we don't get much, I'm just going to go straight on to the next stone. Looks like we're not going very far with this one. Hang on. What are we seeing here? We're seeing some colour. Okay. Let's just gently go through here. See what we get. I may have spoken in haste. There is something nice in here. Let's get it in there. Come on. I also noticed some inclusions. So if the inclusions outnumber the colour, it's going to drop it and move on to something else. That's an interesting conundrum. Alright, what I'm going to do is cut off here. That's most of the inclusions done. But I'm not going to waste time with this one because I think we've got some better opals out there, so I'll just very quickly turn this into something that resembles a cab shape. And we'll move on to some other opals. Well, it's my first real cab, I suppose, so that's good. The rest have been freeform or drops or anything but, really. There we go. Yeah, not bad. I think there'll be more to go at the end of this, but not a bad little stone. Okay, will I do a project, or will I... Who am I going to amuse? You or me, basically? I am curious, so let's do this one first. I have a suspicion that this is wood opal. So if it's wood opal, what it usually means sand everywhere, but you can sometimes get a nice stone out of it if you're patient, which I think will be possible with this particular one. So let's have a look on the side here. What I might do here is I might just clean this up, because I can see that the inclusions look quite interesting, so they might make a microscope slide of this one. See if there's any mosquitoes in there trapped in the amber that they can make a Jurassic Park out of. Oh, whoever liked, thank you. Alright, so let's have a look what we've got left here on this piece. So there's a considerable amount of sand still there. So what I can do is I can cut from here, I reckon. Here. The majority of the sand, and then I will angle the cut from here. It's a little trick I use just to maximise the opal when you've got a sand issue. Basically, you have to taper the opal off anyway, so you may as well taper it off through the sand. Sometimes you snooker yourself, as I have done here. The advantage with this is that it gives you always a few slithers of opal that you can work with later on if it happens to be precious looking. So what I do is I just cut it along here, because I think that's the limit of the sand, and I think this is all workable opal from here on in. But we're definitely not out of the woods, even though this is wood opal. Probably because it's wood opal. I think the one that I cut there is just a bit too severe, so I'm going to have to cut the whole thing off. But I can actually turn that into another gem should things be a little bit more favourable. No trouble. Now what I'm doing is I'm working on the back, which if some colour appears will instantaneously become the front, but I think it's going to remain the back. But I was wrong once before. There we go. I've got a long way to shaping it up, except I've still got issues, and I think it's easier just to cut the issues off rather than keep working with them. So let's have a look and see. Yep, we've got a freeform coming. So it's kind of a diamond shaped freeform, I reckon. Now I'm hoping that some shine will come into it. I thought it had more shine in it when I was selecting it in the rough earlier on today, but that's all right. What I can do now, because it had so many issues with the shine, I can get away with being a little bit more brutal with the cut, and I will turn it into a cab. And it'll be a relatively benign looking cab, but it'll still be an opal. It's got this milky appearance, and I quite like them. Like some sapphires look like this, and I know it's not a sapphire obviously, but someone else liked, thank you, whoever that was. So there we go. Not a huge value stone at the moment. If I get 20 bucks for it, I'll be lucky. But there is potential in it. It could be sun flash, it could be any number of things. There is a little bit of little bit of flash ready to jump out if the conditions are right. So you never know. What's that? We're not going to do that. What I'll do is I'll indulge myself. So we're going to go straight through the middle of this one. This is a crystal opal, and it's probably a lightning ridge opal from the looks of things. What I've found to do is to just sit there and cut through the sand. First major cut here. So I can get, what are we going to do, huh? Haven't buggered that one up. I'm dripping all over. Whoop, there we go. Don't worry, that was meant to happen. Okay, so let's see if we can just and that's a very deep inclusion. Didn't expect to see that in there. I think basically the sand expands and contracts at a different rate to the opal itself. It's still dripping, so I'm just pushing up. There we go. Yeah, take that, you little varmint. Sorry, something was dripping on my feet. So there is still, oh, that's a different one. Or is it? No, that's the right one. Sorry. I would forget my own head if it weren't screwed on. Here we go. Now the hook here is that sometimes, just sometimes, these gems end up shining at the weirdest of angles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start faceting it. Also going to try and remove all of the inclusions. Easier said than done. Inclusions appear anywhere really. I think it's the way that the opal forms. There's a theory that opal forms in situ or ex situ. What you're seeing here is a moth that doesn't know better. See ya. No. Yeah. It's alright, the moth has finally decided to fly away. That was a very wise decision. What I'll do is I'll zoom out slightly so you can see that, look, slightly I said, slightly. There we go, better. Just so you can see the general idea where things are, what the setup is, all those kinds of interesting questions. That red is still sitting in there. Oh, I saw some flash. I think it's this side. So let's try that. What I'm doing is I'm faceting along various lines to see if we'll spot that flash again. There is flash here. So it's good to know it's there, but it's also a bit frustrating because we might cast straight through it whilst looking for it. Oh, okay. Right near that. Okay, that's that done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slowly bring it in. I'm going to use this black part as, well, the black base of the opal. I'm going to try and bring the edges around to peel somewhere near that black base. Hopefully it'll all work out. We'll see soon. Knowing my luck, the flash is probably on this side. It is too, little bastard. Never mind. What can we do with that? What can we do with a recalcitrant opal? What can we do with a recalcitrant opal? What can we do with a recalcitrant opal? Early in the morning, hooray and up she rises, hooray and up she rises, hooray and up she rises, early in the morning. So if I don't start seeing too much of it, what I will do is I will put this one aside and have a look in the morning, because I'm pretty certain there'll be some flash in this one. It's a nice clear one. I quite like these opals, even if they don't end up producing much shine. These are one of my favourites. What I have done is I've partially faceted it, in case you hadn't noticed yourself. Faceting is just putting all those angles on it, and I'll decide later on if I want to keep the angles. It's much harder when you don't have a faceting tool, and so it just depends. So there we are. Because I faceted it, kind of looks like a diamond. It's got that little purple edge to it. I think it's quite a nice little stone, to be honest. Right, let's have a look at what we've got here. I'm going to try, because I'm getting quite tired, I'm going for spectacular. I was going to do this one, but I don't think I will, because it's not spectacular enough. Let's see if we can find something spectacular, Ross. Not spectacular enough. Let's take the top off this, hopefully it'll work. all the parts of it. I'm not as impressed as I want to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly do the back just in case, but then I'm bailing on this opal, and then I'm going to try and have a look at some of the other ones that are in my collection down below. I guarantee you one of these opals will suffice. It will be spectacular enough. Here we go, let's have a look. Could get that one. Yeah. Grab this one, nah, this one, nah, this one, nah, this one. Oh, got that one. Tiny little one, but that's a good one. This one here too. That will take seconds to do. Yeah, this one. Small but very, very interesting. There's this one. That one's already pretty much done. Let's have a look here. Okay, we'll take the bottom off this one. So we'll do a quick check on this one. If it doesn't do much, then we're just going to move on. Might even do this guy. This is a boulder opal. You can see all the nice little colours on it. They are a bit rough to go through though. So we'll see. Let's also that one. No, I won't do that. I'll save that for later. Okay. Right, that's our schedule. We're going to do this one. I wouldn't mind having this sand as a base, but it's also sand, which is not good. But it's dark, which helps with the opal. But I noticed something, that there is this just sitting below the sand base. Let's see if we could bring it out. Are we bringing it out, or we might be. Alright, so we'll give this bit a burl. Oh, look at that. There's a interesting little layer here. I might have to get rid of it. We'll see. Wow, what a complicated opal. I did not expect this level of complexity. So I'll go from this side, see what we get. Celine Dion look is not good. There you go. Better. Notice there's a little visitor on my hand. I'm not letting it bother me though. Just a little fly. It's not going to make much of a problem. It is a Chrysoptera, I think. Fruit fly. No fruit out here, mate. Look at that. Straight in. Okay, so what do we do here? We have to cut through that. Simple. This isn't as problematic as it looks because it gives you two shots at the opal from either side of the sand. Especially if the sand was completely opaque, therefore non-obliging. See that. So what I'll do is I'll carve into the sand like so, I think. What's going on here? Oh, I see. So I've made myself quite the 3D puzzle there. Good cut. Let's have a look. Brilliant. Okay, let me show you. Nice little piece of colour right under there. So I've got the option of either using the sand as a base, which I might have to do. I'm going to do that and just cutting that piece straight off. I would have loved to have kept that bit, but it's a bit too complicated. So just right. So I'll just. That's about where it can start. It's probably one of the most complex opals I've ever done, actually. Look at that. My goodness. Alright, so cut it off from there. Did not expect that when I was getting into this. Hopefully that's the end of the complexity once I get this end in. Yep, that's it done. So I can just carve that off. I think it's not worth having the sand base there. More trouble than it's worth, even if I have to make a doublet out of it. A doublet being a stone that has a base made from either a piece of black material or some potch from another opal. Basically a cyborg opal. Come with me if you want to live. Okay, so this one is the first one and it's not too bad. Got a few issues with it, but I'll sort that out later. Nice little opal. Let's have a look what we've got here. I think we can make something out of this. Cut that bit off. Cut that bit off. And cut these bits off because they complicate matters. Do I have to cut it all the way there? Might have to. Yeah, just cut it down now. Make your decision early. That means that you've at least got 2 small stones rather than 1 small stone. What I mean by that is that if you try and work around some issues when you really should have cut it, then you're only going to ever get a stone which is as big as the stone you were going to cut in the first place. And you'll only have 1 of them. But if you cut it early, slice it early, you'll have 2 stones of a similar size, so it's always worth doing. That's on an aggregate of probabilities. Now, obviously sometimes you can get lucky. Caleb the Cubity Kid got lucky. He cut an absolute smasher, and the only reason was because his cutting tool was broken at the time. He was planning on slicing the stone like a very responsible cutter. Right, here we go. Nice little stone. Like this one. got a nice little, it's a smaller stone, but it's about a carat, which is good. So maybe $100. To the back. Make sure that the back is nice and secure. Make sure the back is flat as well. Pop, pop, pop. There we go. Good, nice little cab. Happy with that. There you go, nice little cab. Now there's a bit of fire just in the stone there, just a little bit, which is not too bad. What am I up to? Well, there's a few little bits of that stone which I've cut off, and they're really quite stupendous. Let's just do this one, and then we'll go to bed. Alright. Nice stone with a bit of pumice. So, would you look at here? Now, this is an interesting one. I think I picked all the complex opals today. Didn't mean to. If I'd have brought my laser out, I could have warned myself what was about to happen, but no. Hubris, pure hubris. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill two birds with one stone, if you pardon the pun. I'm going to cut it right down here. Oh, that's really interesting. That's brown potch, it's not sand, it's potch. So let's see if we can just make something out of this. It'll be kind of like a picture stone. Sky blue picture stone. Gotta make sure there's no cracks, but other than that, not bad. You got to get rid of all of the inclusions and the problems. So I think it's just easier to get rid of them this way. Because if you slice them straight through the middle, there's always the option of having another stone to cut later. Let's just cut the cab and see what happens. This is the final cab on the rank, so to speak. It's testing all of my abilities, because what's going to happen is I'm going to bring this down like so, and then I'll have to bring the corner up to match the new face that I'm creating. Basically, I'm refacing the stone, which is quite a skillful challenge, to be honest. So basically the side is becoming the top and the top is becoming the side, and the back is becoming part side, part back. Everything is changing. With this opal, the only constant is change, as they say. I will call it flux. As much of a pain in the buttocks that it is, I quite like it. I'll call it my gummed opal. So have a look at that. Not a bad little stone to finish on, to be honest. Just hit the 1 hour mark and it's a beautiful little stone. I will dot that up later. That's all for this evening, because there is an awful lot to do. I have got a massive thing of water all over my jeans, which is not feeling great. But everything's good. Flipping around. Okay, in case you're interested, ladies and gentlemen, I did show you the birds earlier and now they are asleep, so I can't get in there and show you the birds again. But they did enjoy their time with you prior to this. Just turning off the water. Oh, there we go. So anyway, it was great. If you want to like and subscribe on your way out, if you enjoyed what you saw, I'm not going to stop you. But regardless of what you do, I want you to have an absolutely wonderful day, if it happens to be day. It's an evening over here. I'm going to go to bed now. Like and subscribe on the way out. Have a lovely day. Thanks for all the likes, and thanks for just hanging out with me as I cut some opals. Have a lovely evening. Dr. Phil out.